Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Southpaw's Tales from the Barstool podcast. I am the founder and host, JD, also known as Southpaw, and to my right, as always, is Kat, the fearless hot one.
Oh, wow, you changed it. Why am I fearless?
Well, you're fearless because today's episode is going to be all about phobias and fears.
I got some. I'm not fearless. I've got a few phobias.
You're raising 3 dudes and you're married to me. You're pretty fucking fearless in my book.
That's true. That's true.
So,
and that can't take me down. Something small like a spider couldn't, I guess.
So if you are watching on Facebook right now, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Give them permission to see your name. They don't get permission to do anything else. It's just so we can see who's commenting. Just a little disclosure. This episode is pre-recorded because of our work schedules, but we still want your engagement, and we will engage with you as we can. Comment back, things like that.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm also drinking coffee and beer. This is going to be a good day.
Yeah, we're recording this at 8:42 a.m. because I just got off a night shift.
Before we get started, I should thank you because of the pre-recording and having to be ready at 8 in the morning to record. I actually look like I got my shit together, people. My hair's kind of done. My makeup's done. I'm actually wearing people clothes. Usually this time of day, I'm either in scrubs or
workout clothes.
So
I'm wearing a t-shirt, a hat, my glasses, and underwear. Underneath this table, nothing pretty. But let's
hello, big guy. It's been a minute.
So you can check out all of our old episodes on YouTube and any of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you So if you are watching them or listening to them on any of those, including Facebook, make sure that you toss that share button's salad.
Sorry, I was really thrown off by that. Give that like button the old jingle jangle.
The old jingle jangle, huh? So
like
it
Mr.
is
Bones. Mr. Bones says
it is
jangle.
fall. It is October. It is the season of Oktoberfest. So we are actually going to be doing Shiner Oktoberfest. Shiner is a brewery here in Texas. It's one of the best beers ever. So we're doing their seasonal.
Not that he's biased or anything.
No. The best ever is the 40 Mike by 5x5 Brewing in Mission, Texas. But we'll talk about that shortly. So let's talk about.
Actually,
let's go ahead and
5x5 makes an Oktoberfest.
I know.
Just saying, we just don't have it today.
No, I think they're bottling it this weekend.
Perfect. So we're already got to make a trip down there. George,
we're
coming.
We're coming for you
because we've got to go. We got to get a pony cake for JD's birthday. JD's birthday is in 2 days. So actually
it'll be one day when you're listening to this.
By the time this records, exactly. So JD's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, JD.
Thank you.
You're 50.
Get fucked. I'll be 43. And you know what? I make 43 look adequate. So
you make it look perfectly acceptable. Yes.
So also, not only is it fall and Oktoberfest season, it is Halloween season.
And you know it's our favorite.
So I got my Beetlejuice pint glass here.
And I got my Sanderson Sisters pint glass that JD was nice enough to get. And the shirt says, "Come we fly," with all their brooms and stuff from the first one. Now there's a Hocus Pocus number 2. Dig it. Really dig it. Was it twist off?
Yes.
Can you twist it off, please? Y'all might notice, me might not. I've got bandages all over my hands. They're real funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Reached in the cabinet to get a measuring cup, and we have a new Ninja, and the blade caught my finger and sliced my finger open. So that was one injury. And then because of phobias and because we're working on those fears for our Halloween, I was gluing a bunch of eyes onto a teddy bear because some people are scared by a bunch of eyes. A hot glue covered eyeball went straight into the palm of my hand and burned about a quarter size bubbled burn in the middle of my finger. And then I used this finger to scrape it off to save my hand, and then wound up causing a blister on this finger as well.
So were you literally a hot mess? Oh, yes. Dad joke to the rescue.
Terrible.
So let's get our sponsors out of the way. That way we can move on with this shit show of fear.
And then we get to taste this.
Oh, let's taste it right now.
Okay. Wow. Don't spit it. I I guess that's what I get. I was talking about my hand pussing this morning and JD grossed out.
I didn't gross out. Takes a lot more than
You
pus.
literally went, "Ah!" because I accidentally wiped it on my face.
No, that's what grossed out is you wiped it across your face while you're
I
sleeping.
was sleeping and I don't know if I had something. I wiped my face. My face was wet. I'm like, "What?" It's because the blister like popped open and I got pus down my face. I know it's gross. I don't care. This is my fucking
That's
show.
a phobia. That's a phobia, I'm sure.
A fear of pus?
Yeah,
probably.
we'll have to Google that. So let's get these sponsors done.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up.
So our first sponsor, as always, is 5x5 Brewing. They're a battle-born, Texas-made veteran brewing company based in Mission, Texas, co-founded by Army veteran George Rice. With beers like the 40mm Stout, my favorite, the Brunette Bombshell, and Fubar, it's no surprise this brewery is taking over the Texas markets from the Valley all the way up to the Panhandle, El Paso, Hill Country, pretty much anywhere in Texas by the end of this year, and nationwide by the end of next year, they're hoping. So ask your local bar, restaurant, or grocer to start carrying 5x5 Brewing today. Like I said, they're veteran-owned. They are, last time I heard, they're over 70% veteran employed, and they do a lot of veteran outreach stuff. They donate beer to veteran events. So if you are a veteran and need beer for your event, reach out to them. You can find them at 5x5brewing.com, facebook.com/5x5brewing. Excuse me. You can call them at 956-445-5421 or info@5x5brewing.com. And my goodness, all of our editing and distribution is done by Knucklehead Media Group, founded by Marine veteran Stephen Colon. They cover all your podcasting and media needs, from audio and video editing to strategy planning to global online distribution. This professional team of experts takes your idea and make it a reality while providing the knowledge and expertise to help you grow your audience and reach. You can find them at knucklehead.agency. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, it's all Knucklehead MG. There's no spaces, slashes, or dashes.
Knucklehead MG.
Knucklehead MG. I feel I don't
made up gangsta.
I used to say that I feel sorry for them having to listen to this and edit it, but now I kind of look forward to just I wish I could see their cringe when they deal with all this
cringe.
shit.
I think this is how it looks. I think it's just a subtle like.
I didn't do the ticker for the bottom. So
Okay,
go ahead and
so
start talking while I do
pus,
this.
fear of pus. I looked it up. There is no specific fear of pus, but it kind of is a subsidiary of nosophobia. Nosophobia is the fear of illness, disease, and I guess pus is a part of that because it is a process of your body healing itself, which would be a technical, people would see that as a disease process, even though it really isn't. It's just it's like a potential, it's like preventing infection. That's why your body pusses. It's just flushing everything out and putting those white blood cells in there to heal it and stuff. So that's what pus is. It's white blood cells. So I didn't know if anyone knew.
No.
It's white blood cells. That's why it looks yellow as it ages and breaks down. Yeah, it's white blood cells.
So right before we get started, just one more reminder. If you are watching this live, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, give them permission to see your name so we know who's talking. And also,
and thank you.
This beer is tasty, number one. And number two, I forgot what my other point was going to be. So let's move forward.
Because I said please and thank you. I threw you
Probably.
off, really?
Yeah. Your politeness.
Oh, my
threw me
Lanta.
for a loop.
She says please and thank you.
Oh, now that I know. So the whole idea for this episode came from Kat, and that's is if anybody knows us, if you watched a single episode of this in the past, you know that we are absolute Halloween fanatics. And every year we try to almost double what we had from the year prior with our haunt. And she wanted to.
Can I bring up how I came up with the idea?
Well, let me tell you that idea and then tell me how you came up with it. So she wanted to really play on people's phobias because there are, in fact, there's a whole section to my phobia and a whole section to her phobia, which we'll cover shortly. So we're like, hey, let's just talk about phobias in general and see where it goes. So
you just kind of just said it.
Oh,
like you didn't allow me to elaborate.
Well, that's where I was going. I thought you had something else.
Well, no, that's why I wanted to talk about it because it was my fucking idea. But yeah, but no, too late. Never mind. Fine. Fuck it. Fuck it.
I stole your thunder.
I'm just gonna sit here and fucking drink all day. Fine. See if I fucking care.
I want
No,
that job.
I just I was trying to figure out ways to add other fears into our Halloween haunt. So like we already had JD's fear, my fear, which we'll elaborate on a little bit later. But also, like I said, I was gluing eyes. I've got a teddy bear and
A
with
gigantic teddy bear.
gigantic teddy bear. Like his head is probably twice the size of mine. No
Like
joke.
sitting down, it's like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, he's big. So I decided I'm going to glue a bunch of eyes on him because I know that's a trigger for some people. Our eyes, holes, heights, and then our fears, which we'll talk about. So I was trying to like any fear, basic fears, very common fears. I wanted to bring into our haunt this year.
Well,
it's easy.
The one we've had since the very get go, and my late brother was the one who started this whole Halloween haunt thing with just a few animatronics, and they're still in our haunt to this day, like 14, 15 years later. Clowns is a huge fear, and
it is.
Did you know that growing up, my mom bought me nothing but clowns to decorate my room? Like I had clowns everywhere, and people were scared shitless to come. I'm like, nah, clowns are cool.
So fear of clowns.
What's it called?
Coulrophobia.
Whoa.
Right? Coulrophobia.
Coulrphobia.
No, Coulro. And then, of course,
phobia. Oh, I can't see. I got my glasses on.
So coulrophobia, fear of clowns. So we were already playing on that because we already had clowns from his brother. We added a couple more, but they're small, so we weren't big. Of course, JD always dresses up as a clown. So, well, clown ringmaster dude. Yeah. So we always had a clown section. And last year we realized it was kind of, we were trying to make an entire circus area, but we realized we don't really have enough for that. Plus, the two clowns we have are kind of getting a little old. They're falling apart. So we thought
much like me.
Just like JD, within the next few years, we're going to have to put him out to pasture. So we figured
you're going to take me to the back 40.
Yeah. He moved to a farm where he can roam free.
A farm upstairs. Yeah.
So we figured like there's really no point in investing all of this money into a clown section when one, it doesn't really go with the rest of the motif of our Halloween haunt, and two, we would have to spend a fortune getting enough to make it an entire circus section. And then the OGs would wind up being retired by the time we get everything. So we thought, you know what, let's just downplay that, but it's still there. It's going to be in a very small section, but it'll still be there because that is a basic fear. The fear of clowns is one of the, not top 10.
So if you're watching this live and we say something that is one of your phobias,
tell us.
And if you don't want to comment, hit a like or a heart or something like that so we can see which fears really speak to you.
Let's take it to you. What is your most primal basic fear?
I have two, and I forgot to look up one. I just thought about the other one right now, but my main fear, and I don't know where it came from, is fucking dolls, like porcelain dolls, the ones that have the realistic looking faces. Just fuck that. Fuck dolls. But it's called pediophobia, coming from the Latin pedius, which means childlike.
Yeah.
So yeah, the dolls just creep me the fuck out.
And what's the fear called?
Pediophobia.
Pediophobia. Got it.
P-E-D or pedio. P-E-D-I-O phobia. But yeah, it was to the point like
pediophobia?
No, not pedio. Although I do fear kids a lot of times.
There's actually, that's in here. Fear of adolescents and fear of teenagers are part of fear. Hold on. I'm going to find. Go ahead and keep talking.
So like, whenever I used to go visit my my sister, who lives in a different state, she would put me in her daughter's room and sleep in that bed, and her daughter would sleep with her or on the couch or something like that. But there was a fuck ton of porcelain dolls in that room, and I would have to sit there before I go to bed and turn every one of them where they face the wall. And I'm a grown ass adult, I'm a veteran, I'm a parent. I've seen some shit.
I've seen it. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two.
Fucking dolls, man. I don't.
Okay, pedophobia, fear of children, and aphidophobia is the fear of teenagers. So yeah, that's actually in there. So thanks for bringing that up.
So
there's also a fear of childbirth. So if there's any ladies out there who like fuck that.
So as we're talking about these different phobias, ours, random ones we found online, make sure you put yours in the comments so we can discuss those later on. We might, if we get enough engagement, we might do another episode of this because I think it'd be cool.
I'm going to talk about also later the most common phobias as well as the most common by state.
I'm just gonna bring up funny ones that I thought were fucking hilarious. That there's actually a word for them, that somebody has a fear of something so retarded, more retarded than dolls. So what is your fear?
Arachnophobia. That was easy. Next question.
Yeah.
I am terrified of spiders, and I think it stemmed from the fact that as a child, my parents were both medical fields. My dad is a paramedic. My mom was a nurse. They had all these medical books around the house, so I would be looking through them, go figure, because I went medical. I just digged it. I loved it. But there is an entire section on spider bites and what they look like. And I remember very vividly looking through those pictures and then they had the picture of each spider and what it looks like. And I've never been the same since. So, which is really funny because I've actually now, and it's not like this whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing, I swear. I actually got bit by a brown recluse when I was in my 20s. You got septic from it. I did. That was horrible. It bit my leg. They packed it. I wound up back in the emergency room less than 12 hours later, something like that. Yeah. With 104 fever. Turns out that I got septic, and they cut it open. So I'm not saying the infection came from the emergency room, but I'm just saying it might have, because all of a sudden I've got sepsis. It was
MRSA and
MRSA got in the wound where the brown recluse bit me. Well, as the MRSA is taking effect, so is the venom still. They packed it, but it was still eating away at my leg to the point where they were like, okay, we're going to give it one more day. And if this is not stopping, we're going to have to go to surgery and we're going to have to remove all of this tissue. And it was like, oh shit. And thankfully I narrowly missed surgery, but I'm still pretty scarred up from that. Like, I've got a massive scar on my leg because of it.
So that story reminded me of a phobia that I have.
Was it the dolls? Did they attack you?
I don't know what the name of this phobia is because I just thought about it.
Oh, fun. I can look it up.
And it was when you said you got sick because of the hospital, something that was there at the hospital.
Yes.
I have a phobia of shitty, nasty, dirty children's clinics that give your kids shots and then stick the needle inside the fucking bed to sit there. Remember that?
There's a fear of needles and there's a fear of infection. The Nossophobia that I just talked about is a fear of infection. But there is a fear of needles in here. Actually, there's actually two terms for fears of needles. It's really weird.
But do you remember that we took one of our children for his vaccinations and stuff at it was the first and only time we went to this clinic in Corpus Christi, and they had like 4 or 5 different shots because it was like the 3-year vaccinations or something like that. Yes. And they would give them the shot. They stuck the needle in the hospital bed to hold it.
Yes.
Like through the paper, through the Naga hide, and it was in the bed. So who knows how many people had been stuck and the needle stuck in that bed. It was so fucking gross. Like, I called the health department.
Yes,
like, it was.
We did. And yeah, needless to say, we never went back. So there's Glossophobia, and then there is Trypanophobia, both of which are needles or injections, fears of both. Of course, the Glossophobia is fear of needles or pins, and the other one is fear of needles and injections. That's the only difference.
So that might be the difference between people that are, they say they're afraid of needles, but they have like full body suits of tattoos.
Yeah, they're probably more scared of the injection portion, but
that's one thing that's never bothered me. I
used to be scared of needles. Like, I did not like shots. It would scare the shit out of me as a kid. Like, did not like it. Now I'm okay. And actually, as long as I can see it insert other people needles, no problems. I see it 1,000 times a day. but I can't watch it go into my skin. But once it's in my skin, I can watch it. So if someone's put like sticking me to get blood, as long as I look away while it's going in my skin, then I can watch it fill with blood and I'm fine.
Oh, I've always sat there and watched it.
So,
Like
I'm fine.
how you see the skin slowly crease as
And I
the
will
needle
tell
gets in.
we had this conversation at work the other day, and I figured out that I'm one of the few who looks away. There are so many women who have like control issues. They're like, no one's putting anything in my body without me watching it. And I was like, oh, not at work with my friends.
So how many times have I put
Well,
something
not
in your
at work
body
with my
without you watching?
friends. Yeah, no, I watch an insert every time. That's terrible. I shouldn't say that.
No. I mean, you can't from some.
Yeah, no.
Okay, we're not going to expand
I
on
don't,
that.
and I'm just kidding. I don't. I like the sound.
Was it on South? There's an old episode of South Park where they're talking about how sex should sound, and it's like if you're fisting a bottle of mayo.
That's terrible.
It's actually pretty fucking accurate.
Is it? I've never fisted a jar.
Just imagine what it would sound like if you were fisting a bottle of mayo.
Only if you're doing
and
it.
that's what
It's
good
only gonna
sex
sound like that
sounds
if you're doing it right. Like, just saying. So another fear I have, and I actually had it here, but now I've totally like scanned past this because I was looking up other.
Because we're goddamn professionals.
Because we are. No, well, because I was looking up other stuff. Like I was looking at the needle thing. So it's here somewhere. Here it is. I'm probably butchering these, by the way. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them right. It doesn't have the pronunciations on here. Okay. So it's Acrophobia. Acrophobia. Fear of failure. I definitely have it. I'm a perfectionist. I do not want to fail at anything. I think JD and I both have this. That's why we're workaholics.
I think it's, but it's not. I don't fear failure of everything. But there are certain things that I definitely, without a doubt, fear failing at. But it's like
the important things, or like.
But I'm a big fan of you can fail forward. Like you fail, you fall over, but it's a learning experience, and you move forward from that.
That's just a way of convincing yourself that your failure is a success. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I definitely have a fear of failure. I think that's why I'm super competitive, is because I'm like, everything has to be.
You're competitive?
Shut the fuck up. Like this literally everyone here is like, yeah.
Yeah. She's the reason Monopoly is banned in the household. Because I didn't know I didn't know that tiny ass frame made a table fly across like the goddamn Exorcist. Like I needed an old priest and a young priest after that game of Monopoly.
Stop it. It wasn't that bad. It was really bad. Okay, it was that bad.
I'm still in counseling after that episode.
This motherfucker bought a hotel like 5 minutes in the fucking game. How do you fucking do that? I don't even understand. What the fuck? Like, he's the banker. Somehow he cheated. Don't shake your head.
If you're listening to this and not watching, that awkward silence was me just shaking my head. So I've got some funny ones that
I do too.
So like you said, I'm gonna butcher the shit out of some of these. Like this one's got 27 letters. I don't know if it's 27, but it's a lot.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
It's Arachnophobia. ARACHYROPHOBIA.
That was my favorite. That's the fear of peanut butter sticking in the roof of your mouth, isn't it?
Yes.
Damn it. That was my favorite. I even told Daniel this morning,
our son.
I was like, dude,
the fact that
there's fucking hilarious.
There's a term for the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
I thought you were talking about this one. Hippopotamo monstrosissequati pedaliophobia.
I know what that one is. That is the fear of long words.
Yes, it is. And I thought when you said it had like 27 letters, I was like, I know what word he's talking about. I didn't know you were going to steal mine. Damn it.
As you can tell, we didn't prepare this together. As you can tell, we're like 70 something episodes deep and we've never prepared.
I do want to address a fear that is very common for Generation X, whatever they call it. What are they? Millennials. Okay, you ready?
You're a millennial.
What? Go eat a dick. What do you think they fear the most?
I would say
Like something they can't live without. Think about that. And the fear of being without it.
attention or validation.
How about cell phones? Because that's where their attention validation comes from,
Yeah,
social media and stuff. So it is called nomophobia, fear of being without your cell phone. I think that would definitely like. I
Would it
think
be
they'd
like-
all classify.
It'd be like FOMOphobia, fear of missing out. I wonder if that's a legit thing or if I just made something
I
up.
think you just made that up.
Dude, I'm putting it on Wikipedia. I'm gonna be an author.
Yo,
I want to be published.
I have a fear of YOLO. So I had some other like real crazy ones, but let's talk about the most common. So what do you think are some of the most common?
Besides ones we've already addressed, I would say another one that I had that I alluded to earlier but didn't bring up was fear of water at nighttime. I'm pretty sure that's
It's actually it depends. There's fear of water and there's fear of deep water like oceans, but it's not at nighttime. It's specific.
I have a fear of water at nighttime. Like I'll go to the beach and I'll swim as far as I can. I'll go to the lake, I'll go to the rivers, but as soon as night falls, I'm not getting fucking more than ankle deep because
so I asked
Nessie is coming to get me.
I asked our 14-year-old this morning, "Hey, what's your biggest fear?" And he goes, these were his exact words. Dallasophobia. That's it. I was like, what the fuck is that? He's like, the fear of deep water.
Sounds like the fear of
don't
phallic.
like it. I can't see my feet. I don't know what's underneath it. Don't like it. And the deeper it goes, the more it freaks me out. Anything could be underneath me. He's like, Dallasophobia. He had a very educated answer. And I was like, shit. All right.
Or what about your fear of the underneath of docks and boats?
That I have not found yet, and it's really a fear of drowning, and I think is what it is, and that's why I can't be underneath things. I feel like I can't surface. So let me Google that. I'm gonna. Don't you have another fear?
No, I think that's most of my like major retarded fears. I have the same fears as everybody else, like fear I'm not gonna be successful, fear I'm not gonna be a great dad, fear I'm not best husband,
Yeah,
the typical insecurity fears. But
apparently my fear of drowning and swimming underneath the docks is a form of Dallasophobia. My son and I have the same fear. Isn't that
Nice.
cool? I mean, that's terrible, but it's kind of cool.
did you know that do you know what a Pluto phobia is? ABLUTO phobia.
What? Show me the word.
Okay. ABLUTO phobia.
A Bluto. It's Latin. It means I don't fucking know.
It's the fear of bathing.
Oh, gross.
Sidebar. Oh, I just thought about this when I said that. So I went to an engineering school.
Your ADD is kicking.
Oh yeah, my
real hard.
Yeah. So I went to an engineering school, and we had students from literally all four corners of the flat globe. But
you're a flat earther.
Oh God, no.
Never gonna work. Never gonna work.
But we had students from all over the place, and I guess they'd had problems with it in the past. So there was literally a 30-minute section on orientation day about you're in America. It is our culture.
Oh, that's not the orientation I thought you were going to talk
It
about.
is our culture to bathe daily, to wear some kind of deodorant, and to brush our teeth. And it's like, the fact that they had such an issue in the past that's actually a section of the orientation just blew my fucking mind.
I'm not surprised. We have some doctors from India that had complaints filed against them and got write-ups and had to have a stern talking to by hospital administration, not at my current hospital, at a hospital I used to work at, about the proper hygiene in America because of that. Yeah. But I guess it's just their thing. They don't like, apparently in some countries, BO is like cool. Like it's a good.
Well, actually, in our country with like super eccentric celebs, it's cool too. Like was it like Brad Pitt only bathes like once a week?
Yeah, but apparently Brad Pitt doesn't smell bad. Like I've met people who have met Brad Pitt and they said that he smells like vaguely like what do they say? Like tobacco smoke, almost sweet. And then like I've heard that Johnny Depp smells like spice, like spiced something, like
rum, spiced rum.
Probably. But yeah,
have you seen that dude's mouth recently?
No, is he like meth
Johnny
out?
Depp's teeth are fucking horrible. And you think about like Friday the 13th, like he had a beautiful grill, wrong. And now it's like
I'm not passing judgment. As long as you're not pregnant, you're not hurting someone else. You don't want it. Actually, I am passing judgment. Come on now. No meth.
Pass judgment on me because I said Friday the 13th instead of Nightmare on Elm Street when I talked about Depp. So yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like you've never seen a horror movie. Okay, so most common fears. Back to my point that I was making. What do you think are some of the most popular? And I'm going in America. I'm going to start there.
Okay, so
and this is not in actually. I could not find any particular order as far as American
ranked or anything.
Yeah, and in Britain I did, and we're going to go over those two.
I would definitely go back to what I said before. It's definitely a generational thing, but the need for the fear of no validation or attention for the younger crowd because they're so addicted to social media and needing their dopamine fixes.
Okay, maybe this would count. Fear of being alone. That's So that's agoraphobia.
Germophobia. I don't know what the
fear of germs is myosophobia. Both of those are on the list. You're doing good so far. That's two of the I think 10 that I have.
Okay, so and then while I'm answering, put your shit in the comments too. So let's see your guesses. Fear of the dark.
Not on here.
Really?
No, but these were what this is how they got them. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
By internet searches. What is the fear of? Exactly.
Okay.
So this is why. This is how it came out because it assumed that if you're searching them, it's because you have it. So that's how they get a lot of their research is by internet searches.
Is there a fear of
fear
vegans?
of the dark is more kids. These are adults that are searching this. So
there's a lot of adults that are afraid of the dark. How about fear of the paranormal? Fear of ghosts or anything like that?
Not on the list. No, but I will look that up later because I want to know what that is.
Fear of the government?
No. Nice try.
No, I'm just saying, like,
think about regular fears. You're thinking too much about this.
No, like I was honestly thinking because
what's my fear?
Okay. Arachnophobia.
Boom,
spiders.
That's another one. Okay.
Oh, we're including the ones we've already discussed.
Well, yeah, I said the top 10 for America. Like,
okay, so fear of death.
Not on here. I don't believe that. I think a fear of death is
very
fear
of
common.
Death is, yeah.
I think it's very common. Yes. Okay, go.
Give me a hint without giving me a hint.
Okay, they're very common fears. Eric has one.
Fear of heights.
Fear of heights. Good jobs. Fear of heights is acrophobia.
And then of course fear of clowns. Fear of
clowns is not.
What?
Nope. Oh, what about people who can't transport this way because they're scared they're going to crash and burn? I'm going to
fear of flying.
Fear of flying, which is aerophobia.
What?
Samuel L. Jackson was on an airplane with these.
I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Fear of snakes. Ophidiophobia.
Fear of dogs. I know a lot of people have fear of dogs.
Fear of dogs is on here. Xenophobia.
What is it?
Xenophobia.
Spell it.
CYNO phobia. Xenophobia. Mm-hmm.
I would have never guessed that Sino would be
it's blue.
The
Sign
prefix.
means blue.
That's cyan.
Shut up. You know what I meant.
I did. That's why I corrected you.
You've got two more.
I'm pretty sure people have got it in the comments already, but
maybe not, because these are kind of odd to me. Like, I don't think they belong on the list. I'll be honest. One is fear of thunder and lightning, which is Astrophobia. And the other one is fear of injections, which is Trypanophobia. But I looked up several websites and their lists are pretty comparable, which is odd to me, because like these are not the ones I would have picked per se. Let's see. Oh, the other one, I'm sorry, to number 10. It's on a separate thing because I had to screenshot it. Is fear of public speaking, which I believe, and that is Glossophobia.
Oh yeah, I know people that get
like petrified.
Yeah, absolutely petrified. If there's more than 3 or 4 people and they have to talk,
yeah,
not this guy.
So the UK, and these are actually ranked. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start with number 10 and go down.
Okay. Number 10, photophobia, discomfort caused by light, fear of too much light.
Was that what was it?
Photophobia.
Photophobia. Okay.
So I was like, already, I'm like, huh?
Well, think about the weather over there. Like stereotypical weather, it's like cloudy and just bleh.
Yeah, I guess they get over since they're like sensitive. Hydrophobia, the fear or discomfort of water. Yeah, I know.
That's why they lost in 1776. They can't stand sunlight or fucking water.
Yeah, exactly. Number 8, acrophobia, extreme or fear of heights. It's fear of heights. Which, okay, that one I get. Number 7, arachnophobia. That's spiders, fear of spiders. Number 6 is the Dallasophobia, which is the fear of the deep water. Okay. Number 5. It gets weird, y'all. This is UK. This is not us. I didn't make this up. I actually looked it up. Number 5, domatophobia, fear of houses or being at home. They only have apartments there. It's too cramped, I guess. And they're like, I don't want to be home. Fuck it. I'll stay in the pub all day. Number 4, claustrophobia, which is fear of tight or crowded spaces.
Shit, why didn't I think about that one when you were asking me about
I don't know. And I thought that would be more common.
Yeah.
I think that should have been on the list. Number 3, hypochondria or hypochondria. My bad. That's funny.
You're in the goddamn medical field.
No, but I've never seen it written out. When health worries and takes over your life. Hypochondria.
I know some hypochondriacs.
Hypochondria. 2, agoraphobia.
Okay.
And that is where you feel like there's a situation where you like there's no escape, like you're trapped. Usually, yeah. I don't know. That's what it says here.
Like mentally or physically?
I don't.
Because physically would be the same as like claustrophobia, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but this isn't tight places. Claustrophobia is where you have a fear of everyone being so close to you. This one's like, there's no exits in here. I can't get out. Like a tomb or like a room with no windows, like things like that, where you're like, there's no exit. There's no fucking exit. And really being trapped, like being indoors for too long or everything, is agoraphobia. So there's agoraphobia, which is people who don't want to go outside ever. And there's agoraphobia who like, they have to have it wide open. Otherwise they freak out. So it's like the opposite. And then there is the trypophobia, but you call it something else.
Trichodepophobia.
All of these websites.
Fear of holes.
Yes, but all of these websites I'm finding are calling it trypophobia. They're not calling it trichodepophobia. They're calling it trypophobia. And that is the fear of clusters of small holes. So, okay, look, I was looking up all these phobias last night. If it already has holes, like it's meant to have holes, like if it's a honeycomb, I'm cool. What else? If it's on the skin, like even like, what did you call it? Like where they project,
where they superimpose.
They superimpose it onto the skin.
Photoshop.
Or if it looks like there's eyes in it, even if it's something in nature and it looks like it has eyes or something living inside of those holes. I don't like it. I don't know if it's a fear, but it like I think so. And actually that is one of the most growing fears in America is the trypophobia. Apparently it's like on the rise. Why? I have
Social
no
media.
fucking clue.
It's social media pushing that thought process, because what was it, probably about 8 years ago or so, where all those pictures showed up where the holes were photoshopped into a palm of a hand or on a foot.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And it was and people kept seeing it, and the captions were always saying this is a fear of, people fear this. So then it starts getting into your psyche. You start seeing it and start believing that you're not supposed to like it, and it's supposed to fuck you up.
I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. But no, I really
So something you had mentioned in that countdown, you had talked about windows and stuff.
I did?
Not having windows. So actually, I hate windows in the bedroom. I don't mind it because we're on a 2-story house, bedrooms in the second story, but first story bedrooms and windows, don't like it. Like, freaks me the fuck out. If we won the lottery and we had a first story,
but that's like a childhood fear that's like being projected onto your adulthood. Yes, like that's.
Oh yeah, because I blame Unsolved Mysteries for that shit. No, like legitimate. I can trace it back because you know, I was when Unsolved Mysteries first came on the air. My parents watched it. I was young, like mid elementary school, and I watched it with them because, you know, when you're a kid, you want to watch whatever your parents are watching, especially as old as I am. There was like 3 fucking channels.
As old.
And but man,
what was it like in the 60s?
Oh, it was peace, love, and harmony, you know. No, but I vividly remember, and this is it's fucking hilarious to look back on it, but I would be so freaked out after watching like all these like stories of kidnapped kids and break-ins and shit like that. I would lay down in bed at my bedtime, and I would be so worried about somebody peeking through the window that I would, like, if you're laying down on your back and your feet would stick up like this, you know, with your toes straight up towards the ceiling, I would bend them to where they wouldn't push up on the blanket. And I'd try to make myself as flat as possible and put the pillow over my face and put my face sideways so I could breathe, to make it look like there's nobody in fucking bed, because I was so fucking freaked out that somebody would be at the window or trying to get through the window. And I guess it's carried through and through adulthood. Like, he still
sleeps like that. I'm like, stop breathing on me.
But what's crazy is, like, back then and now, I can sleep in a tent and be perfectly okay. But for some reason, windows, no.
And unfortunately, we picked our sides of the beds years ago. Like, we've always had the same sides of the bed. And up until this house, it was fine. Usually it was my side of the bed that had the window on it, or, you know, whatever.
I'm always closest to the door.
Yeah, he's always close to the door. And somehow I've always been closer. Like, the window's been next to me. In this house, he's closest to the door, but he's also closest to the nearest window. It's like right there on the other side of his nightstand. So I was like, but we're on the second floor. Even still, he's like, no. And I'm like, what do you want, man? You want to switch sides of the bed?
I think it's a very, very valid fear.
We tried it. We tried it one night where he slept on my side of the bed, and he was like, no.
Okay. I have to say, this episode has brought to light how much of a bitch I really am. I'm like,
maybe spiders. Okay, deep water. You're like,
I'm like, you know, generally going through life, I'm like, I'm fucking fearless, and I'm like, man, I'm fucking scared of everything. I am such a bitch.
I gotta bring a fear up because I think it's funny. Because 1, I could never be near you if I had this, and 2, it kind of sounds like our friend's name. Are you ready?
Fear of beards.
Fear of beards, and it is.
Is it
Pogonophobia? Phobia.
Pogonophobia. It's
Pogonophobia is fear of beards.
Holy shit! I was just kidding when I said fear of beards.
Yeah, fear of beards. Pogonophobia. Isn't that funny?
Oh,
and I was like, it's so cute because it's like 2 things in one, and I love it. I thought that was fun. There's
how about Xanthophobia? Do you know what that is?
Xanthophobia?
Yeah, Xanthophobia. Xanthophobia.
TH.
Xanthophobia.
I can look it up.
Don't look it up.
No!
Any guesses?
No, but give me a clue. Give me a hint.
I'm trying to think of a hint that just doesn't. It gives away, but doesn't give
give
away.
it away. It doesn't relate to our life in any way. Then why are you bringing it up?
Because it's fucking hilarious that there's a name for it. I can't think of a good hint.
So it's something ridiculous.
Oh, it's so fucking
Fear
stupid.
of jelly.
Fear of the color yellow.
How about this? Don't look.
I'm not looking.
Omphalophobia.
What?
Omphalophobia. OMPHALO phobia.
Can I get a language of origin, please?
It's probably Latin. They're all fucking Latin.
Can I hear it in a sentence?
I wouldn't say I have this, but when I see you playing with this, it gives me omphalophobia.
Fear of watching somebody jerk off?
No! Fear of
wieners?
You were doing this yesterday, and I was like, can you not do that in front of me? Fear of belly buttons or watching someone touch a belly button. He's got an outie belly button.
I'll do it.
Like,
I'll be like,
yeah. And I'm like, get your fucking
swirling my finger in there just to fuck with her because I know
it's disgusting.
Weirds her out.
It does.
How about Pluto Phobia? Pluto spelled the same way as a planet because it's still a goddamn planet. Fuck you, NASA. Pluto Phobia.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay. It's not dogs because we already went through the fear of dogs.
It is the root of all evil.
The root of all evil. What is the root of all evil?
Blank is the devil.
Oh shit! I know I should know this.
The fear
of
money.
Shut up.
The fear of money is Pluto Phobia.
You know, there's one that's the fear of spending money, and I really want this fear because like,
we don't have that fear at all.
In fact, we have the opposite of that fear. I think I do have a little bit of obesiophobia, which you could probably guess.
Oh yeah,
The
body
fear
dysmorphia
of gaining weight. It's the fear of gaining weight. Oh, fear of the dark is Nyctophobia.
Clauto.
Barata.
Nicto.
Let's see. Where is that? What was I looking at? Fuck.
How about optophobia? OPTO phobia.
Fear of eyes?
Oh, good. That's not the fear of eyes. It's not the fear of eyes, but it's the fear of opening one's eyes.
Man, come on now. That counts.
Optophobia. That was pretty damn
counts.
close. Yeah.
There's some things from the medical field that will cross over to these phobias.
Mast. Mast means boob.
Boob. So fear of breast. Mastophobia. Fear of breast.
I don't have that fear.
Let's see. I know there's like the fear of the color white, which I think is ridiculous, but okay. The fear of blood, I think, is pretty common, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Like some people can't see blood without fainting. Like that is very common. And I probably see it more than others because I work in the medical fields, but that's hemophobia.
I don't have a fear of blood, but I definitely have a fear of somebody else's blood touching me just because of what might be in the blood. Like I think that is what just.
Okay, I want to talk about a funny fear. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Xenophobia.
Xenophobia.
GENU phobia.
Xenophobia.
Xenophobia. It's really stupid.
Xenophobia. Fear.
You have really bad these. Like they're bad. Like there's no cartilage in them. They're just fun.
Knees?
Fear of knees. That's a fucking fear? Like you have knees. You're scared of your fucking knees?
I'm scared of my knees. They bring me lots of pain.
Like fear of the dentist, I totally understand that. You know, there's drilling, and that's dentophobia. So that one I get. Like that one I get. So what do you think? You got something like a crazy one or anything you want to talk about?
How about I don't know. It starts with a G, so I don't know if it's Geliophobia or Geliophobia. Gelio phobia.
Glossophobia.
Yeah. It is the fear of laughter.
Like a bowl full of jelly? Is that how that
Like-
came around?
Like, how can you be afraid of laughing? Like, laughing is
There's a lot that are like silly. Like, I mean, there's some I understand, but like, there's some I really just don't. Like, like there's things where I'm like, really? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to understand this. There is a fear of time. Are they just worried about getting older? Is that what it is? Like time is passing
Probably
by too
that,
quickly, and that's it's chronophobia.
or that might fall under like multiple things though, because like the fear of being late can fall under that. The fear of
That's a good point because that would be
Yeah,
like part of chronophobia.
the
Is
fear of getting
constantly
shit done
being
on
late.
time.
Yeah.
The fear of
Yeah.
time can fall under so many things. So that to a degree that makes sense.
That is a pretty generalized. That's a good point. I'm glad I brought that up because I didn't think about it like that. I just thought it was just time in general. It's 12:40 now, like freaking out, like running around.
So I think you and I, to a degree, have this, but it's not.
You probably do. We already determined that you're a pussy pants. Pussy pants. Pussy pants.
No. Once I say it, you'll be like, yeah.
Okay,
So it's.
go.
I'm gonna butcher this one because
broke
it's
my
another
mind.
one of those like really long words, but
fun.
Xanthophobia, Syngeneso is the fear of relatives. You you laugh because as soon as I said it, you're like,
it's not a fear, it's an aversion. There's a difference, okay? And it's very specific people or person. Very specific and very, very rational. How about this? Not falling, not heights. Well, maybe falling. It's barophobia, which is the fear of gravity. Do you think that's because the falling? Like, because I'm like, fear of gravity. Like, you want to float away because you're scared of gravity?
Could it be also a fear of shit falling on them, or I don't know.
Exactly. I
Or
don't know.
You're just fucking retarded if you have that fear. If you're watching and you have that fear, you're fucking retarded.
Well, there's fear. I mean, there's a lot. There's some that I think are silly. Like,
But in your defense, I'm retarded because I fear dolls.
how about fear of plants?
Plantophobia?
The Xanthophobia. Explain that one to me. You're scared of plants. All plants?
No, just certain plants. Most of the cacti.
Why? Most? Like not even all, just most.
Not all
That
the
was
cacti.
so specific. Like, do you have a fear of cactus?
No.
Or cacti?
Cactuses.
No, that's not. No.
Do you know that?
Is there a fear of grammar errors?
No. Do you know that it is now acceptable vernacular to say cactuses,
No.
octopuses,
No.
Jesuses?
That's just because they're lazy and don't want to learn it the proper way. So they're just making up fucking shit. Okay, that's what's happening. Sorry, not sorry. Fuck y'all. And I found the fear of spending money, and that's chromatophobia. And I want it so fucking bad because I want to save a fucking fortune because like that would be amazing. Like just a little, not like a major ass fucking fear where I need to be on like medication or go through therapy and shit. Just like enough to keep me from spending. Actually, I want him to get it too. We both get
chromophobia. Here's one that I think to a degree everybody has. And it's neophobia.
Neo?
The fear of new things. And to a certain degree, I think everybody has it. You may not have it for everything. It may just only be for certain aspects of your life.
I would be unfunctional. I deal with newborn babies. I'm like, it's new.
I can see that. That's fucking.
now I'd be a fucking mess. Like there's certain things I've said, like you can't do at my job. Okay. One, JD playing with his belly button. You cannot be playing with your belly button staring at a newborn baby. It doesn't fucking work. It's fucking disturbing. It's disturbing. Another thing, we talked about it on our show, last week, the week before. You can't breathe heavily in front of a baby. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. Okay. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You also can't bite your lower lip and shake your head yes. In front of a baby. It's fucking weird.
Why the fuck not?
Or in front of a mom giving birth. Like no.
Again, why the fuck not?
You know why.
You know, I looked at you like that when you were birthing our children. I'm like,
all right, you want to hear a funny one? Cacophobia.
Cacophobia.
You want to guess it? You're never gonna guess it. You're never gonna guess it. It's so fucking weird.
Cacophobia is
Cacophobia.
the fear to this cack.
Close. Fear of ugliness. I couldn't have led you there. I couldn't have even fucking led you there. I just let that horse run. Boom. Look, women's bodies are beautiful. Dudes' bodies, sometimes they make me laugh. Like the helicopters, stop it. Stop it.
You're just jealous because you can't do it with your titties.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That is like straight where guys always go. Like you have penis envy. I don't want that thing hanging there. One, I can be turned on right now and no one fucking knows. I'm cool. I'm good. I don't need that fucking thing pointing out to what?
I can tell.
I'm not turned on right now.
I know. I can tell.
Keep talking. I might be. Keep wearing shorts like that, and I definitely will be. I love sweatpants season. Mm-hmm.
She's a pervert. You know, I'm more than just a piece of meat. It may be fucking.
Sorry, you were being serious.
It may be single serving spam, but I'm more than a piece of meat.
You were being serious. Got it. Oh, speaking of which.
Is there fear of spam?
No, but I wanted to talk about something on the air, and I'm glad you brought it up. Since it is your birthday, and I work on Thursday, so it's not going to work because that's your birthday. But Friday, I'm going to take you somewhere special. It's called Champ's Butcher Shop. They have Wagyu beef. I'm going to let you pick out your steak, baby.
Ooh, and then I'll cook it on the
I'm even going to let you cook our steaks for us on your hibachi. I already have.
I get to cook on my birthday. It's so awesome.
Get this. I already have potatoes to make baked potatoes and broccoli and cheese. I knew you'd like that.
Man, my wiener just got super fluffy.
I know. With those pants on.
And well, with all that being said, it is time to wrap it up. Man, we appreciate y'all putting up with this shit show once again. As always, thank you. Be safe. If you're going to go out and drink, please make sure you have a sober ride home, Uber, walk, crawl, or just stay the fuck home and don't go out and drink. It's not safer. It's not cheaper. You can go check out all of our old episodes on YouTube and any of your favorite podcasting platforms. Don't forget to go ahead and toss that share button's salad.
And give that like button an old jingle jangle.
The old jangle jangle.
Jangle jangle.
Thank you again for tuning in. Make sure.
I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
You threw me off the jingle jangle. It's got me all fucked up. But yeah, we'll be back. Same beer time, same beer channel next week. We love you guys, and we'll see you around.
It'll be pre-recorded also, so don't get your hopes up.